Okay.
Hello, everyone. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm from Toronto, Canada. And Dave Daughtry, I was reading about you online. You have around 40 years of experience in MLM. And you earn over 50 million, $100 million, I suppose, because the thing that you read is outdated from before. And you have built an organization over 300,000 people or more. I don't know right now the numbers, in over 150 countries. And you started in the direct selling industry at 18 years old. When you did an interview, job interview, and you ended up being recruited to sell knife. I didn't know that. It's very interesting. I like it. 3 years later, you discovered the network marketing industry at 21 years old when you were that. And you started to earn $10,000 a month. That's why I wanted to tell you that, guys. So you can know a little more about Day 3 right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Maddie. It's funny you say that when I was 18 years old. That seems like a century ago now. But I just want to share with you real quick what I learned from that experience, because that really was what set the stage for me to get into business for myself and be an entrepreneur and eventually a networker. I'm a networker. And what happened was, when I was 18 years old, I answered an ad in a newspaper to go to a job interview. And when I went and bought a suit, I took all the money I had and bought a suit. All right. And I got in my little car. It was a Chevrolet Chevette, little teeny thing. And I drove to the place where the interview was going to be. And I'll never forget, because when I pulled in and I was just getting out of my car, another car pulled into the parking lot. And it was a beautiful Thunderbird, a classic actually. And this guy gets out and he was dressed like $1 million. And I'll never forget, because the watch that he was wearing, the sun had hit the watch and it was kind of glistening a little bit, because he moved his arm. He gets out and walks away. Now I'm looking for the suite number for this place I'm going to go. I walk in and there's a bunch of people in there, and they're like school desks, and they're all sitting there. And all of a sudden, this guy walks up front out of another office. He walks up front, and it's the same guy that was in the parking lot. And his name was John. In fact, funny thing is, I found him years later. John Gecko was his name. I've even looked him up. I've tried to find him. Can't find him today. But John Gecko. He stands up in front and he goes, "I want all of you to know you have a job. You're all hired." Well, when he said that, most of the people got up and left because they thought, this is a scam. Not me. I'm curious. And maybe sometimes being curious can cause problems. But my curiosity has always seemed to benefit me. I want to know. So I thought, okay, I got a job. Great. What am I going to do? Well, by the time he was done, check this out, you guys. This guy was good too, John Gecko. By the time he was done, after about not even an hour, I had signed a contract to purchase from him a set of Cutco cutlery knives. I was going to pay for him in quotas, in monthly payments. And he was going to train me and teach me how to sell knives. Well, he went out with me. We went out together. He took me. He trained me. And here's what I learned from John the most: the art of the presentation. The art of presenting. I'm telling you guys, it'd be funny for me to do it today, but I was really good at cutting tomatoes. I was really good at cutting even rope. I don't say rope in Spanish. Anyhow, not hilo.
Soga.
How do you say it?
Soga.
Soda. Something like soda. Soda. But I got really, in fact, I would ask someone, I said, do you have a penny on you? And they reach in their pocket, they pull out a penny. I'd cut it in half with the scissors. And they go, wow, you know? So I could do all these great things. So I learned the art of presenting with him. And John, the funny thing is, years later, that was in 1978. I ran into him in 1982, I think it was, at a multi-level marketing event. And you know what he was doing? Nu Skin. He was doing Nu Skin. Many of you might have heard of Nu Skin. And so anyhow, the point is this. A lot of good professional people, salespeople, get into network marketing. Why? Another one that's a friend of mine. I haven't talked to him though in years and years and years. Jeff Olson. He was an IBM executive. Now, I don't know if you guys know IBM. Kind of like, just say like Apple, you know, International Business Machines, I think is IBM.
Yes,
They were huge.
yeah.
They were huge. He was a top IBM executive. He left his job at IBM to do network marketing. Now, today, Jeff's the CEO of Nerium. You guys might have heard of Nerium. It's another MLM company. In fact, I think we all owe Nerium a big thank you. Jeff's the only one that sued the FTC and won. And that's huge for our industry. Okay. They tried to take his company down. It's illegal pyramid and blah, blah, blah. He won the court case. And this just happened recently, you guys, just a few months ago. So my point is that, here's my point. Why do these professional people, all right, that make good money, whether you're a Cutco Cutlery top, you know, one of their top regional representatives like John Gecko or Jeff Olson, or another guy that I knew worked for a big pharmaceutical business. He left to do network marketing. Why? Why would they do that? Here's why. Because they realize that they can be influential. They know how to be influential. They know how to influence others. And by being influential, all right, they can move people. Write this one down. To dine with the classes, you must cater to the masses. To dine with the classes, you must cater to the masses. So these guys learned how to cater to the masses of people. And so by having that talent or that skill set, they figure in network marketing, let's look at the difference, the benefits. One, I don't have the headaches of building a traditional business. I have no employees. I have no overhead expenses, no buildings to pay for, no payroll taxes, no inventory to manage, no licensing. So all those things you don't have to deal with. They like that, all right? And they get the benefit of building equity. What's equity? If you buy a house for $100 and 10 years later it's worth $1,000, you got $900 of equity. You see, it grew. That's what it's worth now. All right. The same way in this business. If you pick the right company, with the right people, you can build equity. I mean, think about it. Take somebody like Armin Neuritis. If one of you would like his ID number, how much money do you think he would want for it? I'll bet you he'd want $100 million. That's the equity that he has in his position. That's what it's worth. I don't know for a fact, all right? But, you know, that my point is, that's why smart business people that want to, you have to have the desire. There are other people that would just rather be like a Steve Jobs. That's great. But how many people can be a Steve Jobs? You see? Anybody can do this business. Anybody. Because, and I'm a perfect example. And you know who else is a good example? Angeles Munoz. I had a chance to really, really talk to her in depth at convention because she sat next to me at dinner. And she is not a business person. She's a cardiologist. She's not a business person. But this business is perfect for her because she loves to talk. She's waiting. And does she talk? Man, she can talk. All right. But the point is, she doesn't have to deal with all the business stuff. She can just build. So what's my point in what I'm trying to tell you guys? Right, and Upline Pro, where like part of the system, the training system, is going to have all of these things to help people check off. Okay, do you know about this business model? Like Joseph, I don't know if Joseph has ever done networking. I don't know if he's ever been into network marketing. All right, but the point is, why would you join a network marketing company? Why? Write down or check off all the reasons. Now, those are the same reasons you share with people. All right. Now, here's probably the biggest challenge that most people have. Somebody influences them to join a company. I'll give you an example. Take Columbia, Isagenix. Anna, did you know Isagenix? Okay. Isagenix goes into Columbia. Many companies go into Columbia, all right? And 5 years later or 6 years later, they're gone. All right. That hurts. It's good for us. Good for you. It's good for Anna. All right. Because that means there's people that really know the power of networking, but Isagenix failed them. All right. So now they're looking for a new home. You got to catch those guys in between. All right. Because they're going to go find a home somewhere. Unfortunately, most of them, you know what they do? It's kind of like someone that gets in a bad marriage, and then they get another bad marriage, and another bad marriage. And then it's like it becomes habitual. You know? It's the same thing here. Because they follow a particular culture. Maybe they're easily persuaded, and they get persuaded to join this one and join this one, and they all fail. Why is that? Very simple, you guys. Get to know your business partner. Who's paying you? Now, I know you can't pick up the phone and call David Lisenby, but you can certainly do some reading. You can even look at history and ask the serious questions. Has the company ever not paid their people? Has the company changed their pay plan 10 times? Has the company closed down markets where they go in and they leave? You know, those are things that are not good for business. Well, when you get to a company like For Life, 26 years of history, and another one is, how is the company, and this is a tough one. This is really difficult because companies don't like to disclose this. How is the company, J. Michael, you come from the corporate background. What would it be? Is the company fiscally sound? Or, I mean, what's that? In other words, what is their, I don't want to say P&L, but like their balance sheet. In other words, are they
return on investment?
Are they over leveraged?
Profit margins. So
you know, a lot of companies like Juness. Juness is one. They go into Brazil. They've closed down Brazil. Now they left. A lot of people get hurt. They're upset. They're crying because they were making $5,000 or $10,000. In some cases, maybe $20,000. And now they're making zero. That's sad. Imagine if you guys, how long you've been working For Life. You finally get to you're making $10,000 a month. And then all of a sudden the company goes down. It's sad. It happens every single day. So you want to know your business partner. So you guys, in your recruiting efforts, and you're talking to people, make sure that you paint that picture for this person. Look, there is something here that can change your life. When you're with the right people, the right company, and that's next. Why For Life? and I just kind of listed some of those: multinational, debt-free, system in place, which means turnkey. I did a training yesterday for a new guy I brought in, Villahermosa. I don't know why I keep getting these Spanish people. I'm not complaining. I love it. I speak Spanish, but I want to build the U.S. market. That's kind of my focus, the U.S. But I signed up a guy in Bucaramanga, which Anna knows, Dr. Bonet. And Dr. Bonet put me on the phone yesterday with Javier. Javier is in Tabasco, Villahermosa, Mexico. He came in with the Fast Start kit. I'm going to have him do a training, by the way, in Spanish. Here's a guy that knows more than me about the industry, about personal development. I mean, the guy's, man, he knows everything. And I told him, I said, look, it's time now for you to succeed. And I even told him, I said, here's why I believe. And I tried to get into it without being too personal. Have you ever made 10,000 a month? 5,000 a month? I could tell him no. The answer is no. I said, Javier, it's time. Now it's time. All right. I personally believe that you've not been with the right company, the right people, all right, the right team. And so, and he agreed. So we'll see. Now my job is to keep him focused, because a lot of people are like, what's over there? What's over there? Now stay here. Stay here. Focus. All right. So anyhow, why For Life? Well, write down your checklist. As I just said, debt-free, multinational, invest millions of dollars a year on science, clinical trials, studies on our products, a company that prides itself on its culture of together building people through science, success, service, and satisfaction. I love that. I love that saying right there. All right. So when you're talking to someone, why For Life? And you can tell them that within a short period of time. You can do it in probably 2 to 3 minutes. Then the products. This is the part where you guys have to read your audience, whether it's one person, 5 people, and I try not to get too much into transfer factor, but I just tell them this. You've got something called an immune system. We live in the age of immunity. COVID proved that. All right. People want to have a healthy body, and it begins with your immune system. There is nothing on the planet other than transfer factor or a specific vaccine like polio that can educate, literally teach your body how to identify global threats. When your body or immune system can identify the threat, it can eliminate the threat. That's what transfer factor does. And it's not a drug, it's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, it's not an herb. It's literally a messenger molecule extracted from the immune system for the immune system. Now, they might ask questions about that, but the point is, within 2 minutes, you can tell someone why transfer factor is so great. It educates your body to recognize these threats. And then within 2 hours of taking it, it increases the activity of your immune cells to go to work, to defend you if needs be, if it needs to. And it has memory, which means for a particular amount of time, your body can hold that memory so that if it identifies these threats, it remembers. But you continuously take transfer factor, obviously, because your body's changing every second of every day. Cells are dying, cells are being born, your body evolves. So, and then you can get into some of the other products. Weight loss, how many people want to lose weight? Skincare, detox, the digest program, so, but the whole point is this. I'm telling you about an industry, and Jillian showed me this the other day. By 2030, this is going to be over an $8 trillion industry, you guys. By 2030, $8 trillion. That's only what, 6 years away or less? So my point is this: huge industry where a lot of money is being made, unique products that nobody has, a company with a 26-year history, A business model that has made more millionaires than any other business model, right? And then next, and here's how you end it. And we've got the team, we've got the people, Upline Pro, right? And that's where you can introduce them to an educational system, to a community where they can go in, they can listen to testimonies, right? They can get on calls with some experts even. Now, we're talking English right now. Of course, we'll have it in Spanish too, but like English, we've got Dr. Ronnie. She was on last night. Was anybody on last night's call? Dr. Ronnie was on there.
Yeah.
Great, Maddie. She's very good. She's very knowledgeable. She's basically a celebrity. But the point is this, is that those 5 things, all right, and the one I kind of missed over, by the way, is the pay plan. All right. And you just tell people this when you get to the pay plan. Don't get into all unless they ask you. If they ask you, is it a binary? No, it's not a binary. We don't like binaries. Binaries are very deceptive. Honestly, they are. It's a unilevel. But, well, honestly, it's a hybrid. Y'all know what hybrids are? Kind of a combination. It's a unilevel, which means that whether you're just beginning or you've been involved for 25 years, the first 3 levels are identical. 32%. But when you're getting started, your first 3 levels now, if you think about it, for the first 3 months, it's 25, 12, and 5. Add those up. 25, 37, 39, 42. That's insane. 42% is paid out on the first 3 levels, the first 3 months. All right. But it's a unilevel. Then you have infinity bonuses beyond that. So as long as you're building your business, you can get infinitely paid. And, in my case, you guys, when I made gold, I remember at that point, for probably over 10 years, I got paid on everything. And then I started getting blocked, which is okay. That just means you got platinum below platinum below platinum and gold below gold below gold. And it's a good problem to have, But the point is this, our pay plan pays 64%. That's the main thing, 64% our pay plan pays. So when you're talking to someone, you say, look, I don't want to get technical with you until we start doing some training, because the whole purpose, you guys, of a business opportunity meeting is for them to make a decision. All right. We'll get into helping you make money once you're signed up. If you don't sign up, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? You're going to go back to doing whatever you're doing. It's fine by me. I'm looking for people that want to make money and people that want to succeed. Okay. So you want to get them to that point to say yes. But if they ask about the pay plan, it's good to know. You can always send them to the app. But when you get to the business part, you want to tell them things like, remember, you can start from home and build a multinational business. We pay globally. We have a fast start program. You can earn up to $42,000 a year, your first year, by being in that program. You can also get paid on the entire world sales by sponsoring 3 people. Okay. 58% of the 64 is paid in your network. 3% is paid in premier bonuses. Once you hit a level of bronze, the company starts giving you shares, okay, as an additional income, up to about $70,000 extra a month. And then 1% trips. Every 6 months, 4Life has a trip. You guys, have you guys seen where the next Gold Getaway Platinum Pinnacle trip is? You guys seen it? No? Let me show you. This is what they sent me. I got this. Anybody want to translate that? Anna, what does that say?
Like the sweet life in Spanish will be la vida dulce.
Yeah, La Vida Dulce. So this is what they sent. All right. I'll play it for you guys here. So there you go. Celebrity Cruise, one of the top cruise lines. All right. 10 days, all paid for by 4Life. All right. So how do you get on those trips? You work your butt off. I mean, you work, to get to where those trips are every 18 months. All right. For golds and platinums. But here's what's cool. On your way to gold or platinum, as you build your business, every rank you increase, starting at Presidential Diamond, you go on a trip. Now there's one next month. All right. Any of you know where the one next month is? In June? J. Michael knows.
It's the Dominican Republic, isn't it?
Dominican Republic. What they usually do is they have one that's a land trip and the next one's a cruise. It could be a Disney cruise, a Royal Caribbean cruise, but a lot of times they'll pick destinations where you don't have to worry about the visa problem, issues with visas. Like a good place is Cancun. They've done a lot in Cozumel, Cancun. But the point is, every 6 months, it doesn't matter if you're Joseph in Kenya or Uganda, or Mercy or Margaret, or you're Luis in the UK, wherever you are, you're going to go on a trip. Every rank increasement. So presidential, you go. Presidential elite, you go. And from presidential to presidential elite, you guys, that really, is an increase of what, 5,000 life points in your entire organization? That's it. And you go on a trip. Bronze, you go on a trip. Bronze elite, silver elite. And then when you get to gold, of course, those are those 10-day Mediterranean cruises. So the point is, again, back to the whole message. Ask the person you're talking to, do you like to travel? It's for two. How would your spouse like to go on a cruise? How would your spouse like to go to the Dominican, Punta Cana? Everybody wants that. Okay. So again, today's training and opportunity meeting, it's all about the message. Practice your message and share your message. Share. If every one of us today, we've only got 14 people on today. If every one of us talk to one person between today and tomorrow, there's 14 new people that just got the message. How many of those 14 people would be interested? Well, it's the law of averages. Sometimes it favors J. Michael. Maybe it favors Maddie. Maybe Maddie's the one that sponsors a new person. Maybe it's Luis in the UK. Maybe it's Joseph. Even you don't know, but tell you what, you're never going to find out unless you do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's really what it comes down to, is it begins with you, the power of one. And then when you get your first person sponsored, it's now the power of two, and then the power of four. And that's how this business works, you guys. It's a simple concept, but it requires brain power. You can't get down. You can't let people take you down. Evilise, I love it when she says, I'll never forget, Evilise, when you gave that, your testimony. This goes back a while. I know that you gave the other one on Ponte la Camiseta, but when you did it a while back and you said, everyone tells you don't qualify. Here, you come from a background of accounting, a professional career in the Dominican Republic to the United States, and you don't qualify. Right? I mean, I hate that too. I went through that. I didn't qualify for anything. I remember, you guys, I've been through bad financial times back in, even the early to mid 90s. Right. So my point is that every one of us is going to have a story. Okay. So in your presentation, as you're talking to people, don't let them take you down. Be inspirational. All right. Have conviction. You're gonna build. You're gonna do this. And sometimes you even have to make the point. And I did this to Javier yesterday. I said, Javier, what do you have to lose? All right. We're going to climb the mountain of success. We're inviting you to come along. All right. Try us. All right. We won't let you down. All right. You might leave us, but we won't leave you. And I tell people that, you know, at the end of the day, what do you have to lose? Nothing. You're going to use our products, try our products, be part of our community, part of our family. All right. And we're here to serve you, to help you. And that's why it's important we come together, you guys. All right. We need to stick together. And that's why I take this time, you know, an hour of the day on Thursday in the morning to be with you. All right. I am beginning, by the way, just so you know, a Spanish Monday at my 6 p.m., which is going to be 8 p.m. in Colombia, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, to do a Spanish opportunity meeting. That's where I will be. And I might be on the calendar. I discussed it this week. It's going to begin in June, though, so it might not be on the calendar yet. No, it's not there yet. Because, no, it's not. But you will see on the calendar in Spanish, that's my time, because I got this new group started as well, you know, with Dr. Bonet. So they know that every Monday I will be there in the Spanish meeting. Tuesday, we have English. I'm going to get more into the English as well, you know, with all of you. All right. You know, we've got this new group going that all of you know Jillian, and how and it's interesting to watch Jillian. Is she with us? Oh, there's a Jalila with us. I assume it's Jalila. Jalila, have you been with us before? Or is this your first time?
Hi, Nine, I've been with you guys.
Okay. Are you in Kenya?
No, I'm in LA. I'm in California.
Are you going to the event on next Saturday?
Yes, I am with Betty and Marta.
Nice. Okay. So I'll see you there.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I will see you too. I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It's not a long event either, you know, but I'm sure it'll be dynamic. So, but okay, so great. So Jalila, let me ask you this. So you're coming with Betty and so forth. So obviously you're bilingual. You speak English and Spanish, right?
No, I speak English and I'm Ethiopian. I'm East African.
Oh, Ethiopian. You need to talk to Jay Michael. Jay Michael, he spends a lot of time in Ethiopia.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But maybe not lately, but he's been there. I mean, Jay Michael, how many times have you been to Ethiopia?
How many?
Gosh,
Jay-
I lived there for 5 years when I was a boy, but I've been going back every year. I haven't been back the last few years because of and COVID stopped it, but I go every year. And my wife and I were there for 6 weeks in 2019. So we have a lot of good friends and family in Ethiopia.
So
that's
just so,
beautiful.
Jalila, if you've got contacts in Ethiopia, I think that Dr. Ojina from the Nairobi office, I think that they actually ship products up there.
Yes, they do. I've shipped to some products from Nairobi to Addis Ababa through, and they to some Ethiopians that I know there that want some of our products.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know you guys started for life already in Ethiopia. I always heard it was Kenya, Uganda.
No, we're not in Ethiopia. None of our products are licensed there. I mean, we can sell them and ship them there, but we can't sell our products within Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Like we
Yeah,
have
so they can go on the Kenya through Kenya, whether they can call or they can actually go I think even online.
And there's also, I found Dave and Gail, a lot of my friends in Ethiopia who are business people, both female and male, that spend time in Nairobi on business for their companies. And I've actually sent them to the office where they go pick up the product. So, and then they just take it home with them when they go back to Addis. So, Addis Ababa.
Nice.
So, yeah.
This is good information.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
thanks,
Gail, I'd love to chat with you about what you're doing.
if
I
you
think
want,
there's a huge market for Ethiopians in the U.S. too.
yeah, you guys don't forget also, that's a very good point. Look, there are communities, whether it's Ethiopian, Brazilian, Vietnamese, Filipino. I mean, right here in San Diego, I keep telling myself I need to get out to National City. It's only about a 30-40 minute drive from my house, and go scout, literally go out and scout, talk to people, and find a Filipino leader That's how I try to work as high up on the food chain as I can. In other words, if I can find someone that's a business owner, and how do you do that? You go to businesses. You know,
Exactly.
I have no problem walking in and introducing myself and just saying, look, I'm looking for a business partner. Look, quick story, and I'll let you guys go. This goes way back. And I don't know where he is today, this gentleman, but I'll never forget. I was going to actually to go work with Enrique Balboa, who's passed away, bless his soul. If you don't know Enrique Balboa from 2000 all through the entire year, he would call me every week. He was a mechanic, a car mechanic. Dave, when is For Life coming to Mexico? Dave, his wife Angeles finally told him, stop calling Dave. For Life, when they get here, they get here. Finally, we opened Mexico. He was one of the very first ones to get started. He passed away, but he left his wife an income, a good income. I'd say it's probably over $20,000 a month. That's good in Mexico when you got three, where the kids are grown up now. But, you know, raising three kids, a single mom, Angeles. But the point is, I was at the airport flying. I was in Mexico because I live close to the border. Sometimes it's easier to cross the border and take a, Mexican airline, fly down. And I'm at the airport and I just said, you know what? I got an hour of time. I'm gonna have fun. Have fun. I walk into one of the little shops there. And I asked the guy, because he's got newspapers hanging to buy. And I said, I'm thinking about running an ad in one of your newspapers here. What's a good newspaper? Now, guess what he asked me? What would you ask? If I asked you that question, what would your response be? What kind of ad? What are you looking for? Sell a car? You're looking for a girlfriend? What kind of ad? All right. And so he asked me, what kind of ad? I said, well, I'm looking for a business partner. Well, then guess what he asked me? What kind of business? And I proceeded to tell him. And you know what he told me? He goes, well, he said, I have employees. He says, I'm an entrepreneur. This is my store. One of my employees called in sick. And so I had to come in to fill in but I own this. He says, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm curious. And I proceeded to talk to him and tell him that's networking. You see, it could have gone a different direction. He could have just said this newspaper, and that's the end of it. But you never know unless you talk. You see, don't be embarrassed to ask questions. If you look, you will find. If you talk, you will hear. It's simple, you guys. But you have to do it. You have to overcome any fear and then get better and better at your skill set of communicating, of storytelling, of inspiring. But the only way you get good at anything is through practice. It's the only way. So let's all get out and practice, you guys. All right. So with that, we'll finish up. It's already been an hour. So Joseph, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you'll be on again. Claudia, I will see you in a few hours here on our Upline Pro admin call. Evelise, thank you. Anna, Maddie, thank you for hosting today. J. Michael, as always, thank you. And Luis in our UK, keep going, keep growing, my friend. And our Kenyans, Margaret, Mercy, Nelly, and Wangechi, thank you for joining. Get more Kenyans on. Bring guests, you guys. Come on, what's going on in Kenya? This whole Thursday morning thing started with Trisha. All right. Invite, you guys. I think what's happening is it's out of sight, out of mind. And I put the message out there, about 30 minutes to 15 minutes before. And I say, it's business opportunity time, everybody. And it's like, I forgot. So look, stay engaged. All right. Day after day after day. It's all about consistency, persistence, staying the course. That's how you get to the top of the mountain of success.
We're working on it.
Thanks. Well, keep working on it. And look, let me just say this, you guys. Look, I understand that everybody has their moment where all of a sudden things go click. All right. And all of a sudden maybe you talk to that one person. Maybe you do that one thing. Maybe you get on that one call. Maybe it's this call. Maybe it's a Mentor Monday. And all of a sudden, things start to fall into place. Cloudy is a good example of that, by the way. Cloudy has been extremely persistent. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And now she's got this team with Jillian and Dr. Ronnie and this group going. And it's exciting, Claudia. I mean, real quick, Claudia, within 60 seconds, how does it feel now you've got this new team you're working with, and to see them start bringing in people, evolving, and just everything they're working on, bringing it all together?
It's the most exciting time of my life. That's how short I can be. It's we're busy every day. The 24 hours are not enough. Every day I'm like, how does Dave do it? You know, but it's exciting, and you know, I'm happy. I'm making sure that Joseph today is well taken care of, because Jillian said Joseph is ready, and so I'm excited that Joseph has finally decided to, you know, he was kind of like, I like you, I like you, I like everybody, I like everything. And we love Joseph. There's so many people in this team that, you know, from Jillian's team that love Joseph, that we are just every day bringing new people in, and they're excited with the community, with what's happening. And so it's very exciting, everything that is happening.
Well, you deserve it. You know, you've stuck in there, kept going, kept going, kept going. And that's sometimes, you guys, look, that's what it takes. Look, when you see people like maybe me, Herminio, Juan, all right, even Esdras, understand 4Life is not our first rodeo. All right. We brought in with us experience. And in the case of Herminio, he had people lined up already. He just had to contact them and say, look, are you in or are you not? He called Juan. Juan, you still have dreams? Yeah. Because Juan had been in network marketing, but it failed him. That's why he went back to being a security guard in a car lot. All right. You know, so, you know, Herminio had some people that he even brought in a sponsor from Nutrition for Life, Tom Paredes. Any of you know Tom Paredes? Yeah, Tom Paredes was Herminio's mentor in Nutrition for Life.
Wow.
And Herminio brought him into 4Life. And then Tom brought in Enrique Balboa, the one I just told you about in Mexico. Both Tom and Enrique have passed away. But that downline, that line, it does over $1 million a month. Think about it. Tom and Enrique left their families $1 million a month business.
Good.
Pretty good story. It's cool. That's what I love about this. So anyhow, you guys, love you guys. Thank you. Sonia, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. And Jalila from LA. Hopefully we'll see you guys next weekend in Garden Grove.
Oh yeah, you will. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you. We love
Share
you
some
too.
energy with me, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Keep growing,
Thank
all
you,
right?
Michael. Thank you, everyone.
Love
You're
you
all
guys.
set.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dave.
Bye, guys.
See you guys soon.
Joseph,
Bye.
I'm
Bye-bye.
sending you I'm sending you a link, Joseph, okay? So we can meet up.